Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to my cabin this morning. Get yourself a cup of coffee. It has been raining and freezing rain all night. It was a very nice night to sleep here at the cabin. I don't have any insulation in my roof so that you can really hear the rain banging on the roof at night. So I like that. I got a nice hot fire going over here this morning. But today I want to talk about something that, a big part of my life here at the cabin is guns. And I know that guns on YouTube is a big no-no, I guess, from what I keep hearing or whatever. But that, beside the point, is rifles, handguns, all of that stuff is a part of my life. Always has been. And I cannot imagine living without some kind of firearm. I am never more than an arm's length away from some kind of firearm. It's always been that way. It's nothing new in my life that way. It's just always there. Whether I'm in the boat fishing or whether I'm hiking or scouting or anything, it doesn't matter. I have a gun of choice that I carry around for self-protection is a 44 Magnum. I've always carried a 44 Magnum. That's just par for the course. Now I have switched up a little bit. I started to change things, the way I looked at life and the way that I looked at a lot of things back during the Obama years, when Obama was president. Because for the very first time in my entire life, I've always been a reloader. I don't care about ammunition. As far as being able to buy ammunition, I've always reloaded. I've been a reloader for probably about 30 to 35 years. I started to reload. I can't remember the year, but I started to reload when I purchased my 30-06 that you see in all of my videos. So when I got that rifle, my brother-in-law had been reloading for probably 20 years at that point. So he kind of got me hooked on this reloading. And it was a good thing because since I purchased that 30-06 rifle, I've always reloaded. I changed the way I looked at my rifles and my handguns back during the Obama years. Because for the first time, like I said a few minutes ago, for the first time, getting the supplies for my reloading was a problem. In all the years that I've been doing reloading for my firearms, getting powder, lead, primers, never, ever, ever was an issue here in the state of Maine. You wanted primers, you could buy them by the thousand, and you could buy a truckload of them. You wanted powder, you could buy it by the tonnage, and you could buy a truckload of it. But and for whatever reason, I don't know. I have no idea what happened or why, but during the Obama years, the supplies for reloading dried up. I don't have a reason for that. I don't know the answer to that. I don't really care. As long as I have powder, primer, and bullets, lead, that's all I care about. If I can go to the store, purchase what I need, and that was fine. But during the Obama years, that went bye-bye. So then comes along Trump, and the supplies go up a little bit. It wasn't perfect, but it was a whole lot better. For the first time, it was really easing up on how much powder you could get. You could find, it's not really how much you could get, but you could find it to purchase it. So that was good. I could go out, I have specific powders that I burn for my 30-06. My 44 Magnum has a powder that I've been using in that for years and years, plus all the other rifles. I don't own a rifle that I don't upload the bullets for. Upload, yeah, we're talking that. I don't own a rifle that I don't reload the bullets for, the cartridges. It's just that simple. It's like filling up a cannon jar. I fill up a cannon jar with fresh fish, or I can fill up a bullet with a fresh bullet. Doesn't matter. But now here we are again. Now supplies are starting to dry up again, and for whatever the reason, again, I don't really care about the reason. But anyways, during the Obama years, I kind of, and especially now, I will get out of the Obama years. That's history. But now, the way the shortages are and the way the country is, and in my world, it's looking like it's a pretty crazy world, so I decided that I wanted to, I've always carried this 44 Magnum. Always. This is a loaded gun right now because it's always loaded. This is a gun that is in my backpack. It stays in my boat bag. This is the gun that I sleep with. Why? Because I like a 44 Magnum. Always have. Is it overkill? I think so. But that's all right. And if you'll notice too, it's a revolver. I believe that the revolver is as far as a long-term gun, as long as a long-term pistol, this thing will outlive me for years and years and years. They'll be able to shoot this gun. So this gun being a revolver, and what I like, it's just simplicity. You're not going to wear this gun out, period. It's not going to jam on you in the case of an emergency, and that's why I think it makes a good backpack gun. Because anytime you're in boats, snowmobiles, in the bush, you're always in a dirty, dirty environment. If it's not dirty, it's wet, it's freezing, it's snow, you name it. So that's why I've always kind of stood by the revolver. Even if this gun is frozen, it's still going to fire. Period. And we might be able to say that about the semi-automatics too. But since the climate has changed in the country, this is the gun I carry in the pack. And I am carrying this one a little bit more. I have gone to a 9mm, 10-round SIG. Why? And this is loaded too. Like I said, I am not very far from a loaded handgun. But with the country being as crazy as it is, I wanted a little more firepower. This is 10 rounds, tap, tap, tap. This is the gun that I keep on me in the vehicle, or if I am going somewhere that I'm not sure about. But that's beside the point there. Those are what I carry now, what I consider self-defense against animals or people. But if you're new to getting into handguns and all of that, and that's I've kind of gotten off track here just a little bit. But if you're kind of new to, and I've got family members that in the last, now I got family members that have never owned handguns ever in their life. And they came to me about 2 years ago and wanted to know what kind of a pistol to buy. Well, they've never owned a pistol, ever. Never owned a rifle, ever. But, like me, they looking and watching the news, and especially during all that, they don't want to talk about it, but during all the riots that was going on in the country, leading up to the elections in 2020, they wanted to carry some firepower. Well, I'm never really on the side, if you've never been around a handgun, or you've never been around a rifle, and you've got family and kids and everything else running around, I've always been kind of leery of that, because a gun is a gun is a gun, and you've got to treat it. You've got to treat it that way 24/7. There's no way around it. So when they ask me what is a safe fire, especially starting out, I don't want them starting out with something like this. This gun kicks. It kicks like a mule. It takes a lot to hold. But I've been around rifles and guns and pistols forever. And the same thing with this. This takes a lot to hold it on target. So I don't really consider this a good starter pistol, especially when they're just learning to shoot. Number one, the bullets are expensive, especially now. They're not reloaded, so they're going to have to purchase ammunition. So bullets for this stuff is expensive. You go to the range and you shoot this. If you're a beginner, you're going to spend $100 probably on the first day. Because you can go bam, 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 bam. You know, you can go to the range and you can go that quick. It doesn't take long. Go through $100 worth of worth of bullets. You can see that right there. Now, granted, that's a lot of fun, let me tell you. But that's no way to practice. You know, that's just going through lead. Then you got the 44 Magnum, which I consider, to me, this is my backpack gun. It's just always been there. But that's not a beginner pistol. Hello. If you have a calling to help support this channel, then check out my link right above my head, the Patreon channel. And for $5 a month, you can definitely help to push the message of the East Grand Woodsman channel. Everything about the great outdoors here in the state of Maine. And I will see you back in the video. Now I've got a perfect little pistol for the beginner starting out. It's not going to cost you very much to shoot it. The bullets are sometimes can be a little bit difficult to purchase, but they do come on the shelf every once in a while. Now, I don't want to say that either. When you find them, buy them. That's how I've managed to put up quite a few rounds of the 22 long rifle. It's just a very small bullet. And you can reload this. There are kits out there for doing that. But I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do, so I don't really push that yet. But anyways, that's a 22 long rifle. And this right here is a 6-shooter Heritage. This gun you can purchase for right around $200. You can buy it with 2 cylinders. This is a 22 long rifle, and it comes as a kit, so it comes with two of the cylinders. One is a 22 Magnum, and then this one here is a 22 long rifle. So this thing can be shot all day long for just a few dollars. And being a beginner starting out, I think that's a pretty good way to do it. Because why spend $100? I mean, all you're doing is sending lead down range. So why spend $100 on lead to fire a 9mm or 44 Magnum or any one of those big guns? Why spend the money on those big revolvers or the 9mm? I mean, it's nothing to spend $100 a day at the shooting range. So get yourself one of these for $200, a box of bullets. Then you can go and shoot all day long for just a few dollars. And if you want to step it up, this is an excellent pistol. And it's the same money. I bought this at Cabela's. Now I'm not sure what the deals are right now, but when I purchased this thing about 3 years ago, this Ruger right here, this is a Ruger 6-shot 22 long rifle. This was $200. I couldn't put the $200 down fast enough because this is a Ruger pistol. This thing will be around 100 years from now and still working as good as it does today. So that's my idea there on a beginner pistol. If you're just looking to get into it. So I hope this was a fun video for you. I enjoy doing it. One thing I love about my lifestyle is the ability to sit here on the front porch and shoot the rifle or shoot the pistol right off the front porch while I'm having coffee. So you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.